Finally, after many months of speculation, Aaron Rodgers has been traded to the New York Jets from the Green Bay Packers. This trade surprised me a little bit because of what the Jets got in addition to Aaron Rodgers. This trade included the Jets receiving Aaron Rodgers, the Packers' 2023 first round pick, which is number 15 overall in next week's draft, as well as their fifth round pick, which is 170 overall. The Packers get the Jets' number 13 overall pick in this year's draft, and a 2023 second round pick, as well as a sixth round pick, which is number 207 overall. The Packers also get a conditional second round pick that could be a first rounder if certain thresholds are met. And I think that this was about time that this trade occurred. And I know that both teams wanted to get it done before the draft happened, just because then this year's picks could be used to make it happen. And I know that Aaron Rodgers just wanted to get it done as fast as possible as well, because he must want to get into the Jets building, and start working with the offensive coordinator and with the other skill position players to build chemistry before the season starts. We had been planning for the Jets to get Aaron Rodgers for the last few months here, so I don't think their plans really changed, and I don't think that my view of the Jets really changes, because I've been expecting this to happen for the past few months. But now that it's actually happened, I want to talk about what I think the Jets can actually do going forward in the season. And that is that I think the Jets can actually make a deep playoff run. Now that you have a Hall of Fame quarterback, a veteran quarterback, and stability at the quarterback position, while Aaron Rodgers may have a little bit of off-the-field drama, he still is a stable quarterback. I think the Jets can compete with the Buffalo Bills for the number one spot in that division, because, mind you, the Jets had a really good start to this last season, and that's with Mike Waite and Zach Wilson at quarterback, and even Joe Flacco at the beginning of the season. So if you throw in a healthy Breece Hall and a guy of Aaron Rodgers' capabilities and talent, in all honesty, this Jets team could beat Buffalo for the number one seed in that division, especially after Buffalo lost a couple of pieces in this offseason. And the Jets have a lot of young talent, so I want to see how Garrett Wilson can progress, how Sauce Gardner can progress, and how Breece Hall will look when he comes back from injury, because Breece Hall was looking like a offensive rookie of the year candidate before he got hurt earlier in the season. And I'm really excited to see how this offense can click with Aaron Rodgers at the helm, especially because of how solid this defense was. This defense was incredible last year and held the Jets in a lot of games when the quarterback play was just lacking. On the Green Bay side of things, Jordan Love now takes over at quarterback for the Packers, and I'm really interested to see how he plays during this season, which is kind of like his rookie year in terms of this is his first time to get really meaningful in-game action. And I think that he gets slept on a lot just because he sat behind Rodgers for so long. People kind of forgot that he was a first-round talent, and I think people kind of forget how good he actually is. And what people aren't thinking about is Aaron Rodgers sat behind Brett Favre for a couple of years before his career really took off. And before that, people didn't really think that he was going to turn into what he turned into today. And I don't think anyone really predicted that. So I think Jordan Love has an opportunity to take over a solid Green Bay team with solid pieces around him. They aren't really in a rebuild mode because they still wanted to have Aaron Rodgers at the quarterback position. But now that they have Jordan Love, I think they can build around him and integrate his skill into the offense. And I think this team could actually be really solid if they do the right things this season, especially with Matt LaFleur at head coach, just because he is a really gifted offensive mind. So I'm really excited to see what kind of happens with the Packers this season, because Jordan Love is an interesting prospect. We don't really know how he's going to turn out, but I think that this season could go really well for the Packers, and they could even sneak in with a wild card seed. All in all, I think that this trade is a massive win for the New York Jets, because not only do they get Aaron Rodgers and stability at the quarterback position, they also get a first-round pick and a fifth-round pick. And yes, they gave up a first-round pick and a second-round pick and a conditional second-rounder that can turn into a first-rounder. But in all honesty, I was expecting them to give up much more. And the fact that they were able to have basically a pick swap in that first round, only dropping 2 spots and then giving up a sixth-round pick, a second-round pick, and then possibly another first, but in all likelihood a second, is a huge win for them, because they still maintain their draft position and they have an opportunity to build more talent around Aaron Rodgers, maybe take another receiver and maybe whoever that may be at that pick. And I'm really excited to see what they do this offseason. So this trade was a big win for the Jets because they didn't have to mortgage their future for a guy that's going to only play 1 to 2 more years. And that's the biggest thing I was concerned about, was if the Jets traded away their whole future and a lot of picks, because they are a young team, and I think that they can still build a team for the future as well. So that if they traded away all their future draft picks, all their future first rounders, they wouldn't be able to build around this team going forward. But they won this trade because they built for the future with Aaron Rodgers, or built for the present, sorry, with Aaron Rodgers, and also they were able to keep their future assets in place to build up after Aaron Rodgers ends up retiring, whether it be 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years in the future. Thank you all for watching. God bless you all. I hope you have an amazing day. Make sure to like and comment on this video and subscribe to the channel.